Hello my lovely ladies, welcome back to my channel. For everyone who is new, I'm Leora and I'm so glad to have you. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so today it's the beginning of the month, so that means I always try to put I always try for up no, I always try for the what am I trying? I always try. Ah. At the beginning of every month, there is my Tribal Stone series upload. And that's actually what we're doing today. Today we are featuring this beautiful stone. It's a carbuncle. And the Tribal Stone series, for you who are new, is about the breastplate of the Jewish high priest from ancient times. And that's how it looked. And we're going every month, we're taking one stone and we're choosing a makeup look that sort of corresponds with that color of that stone. So today we're doing the Carbuncle, which is a red eye look. And that's what I came up with. And if you want to see how I achieved that look, then just stay tuned because the tutorial is coming right up and I hope you'll enjoy it. Hi my loves, so before we go into the makeup look, I want to introduce someone to you because we had a baby. 1 second. Ah, look at my baby. Yeah, I know, he's tiny. Yeah, it's another gift of my husband. I don't know, he like showers me with cacti. So I guess that's one way of saying I'm here with you. So that's our newest member of the tribe, and he's gonna be right here. And when my husband bought this little cactus for me, he surprised me with something very, very sweet. He brought me a scepter because, you know, I'm the queen, so queen needs a scepter. And that was the sweetest thing to do because it's not made from gold, it's not made from precious stones and whatever, but it's a flower, and that's so me. So here's my scepter. Ta-ta! Look at that. Like that. That's my scepter. So when I'm doing my judgment calls, I'm going to be waving the scepter at you because, you know, zoom, that's my scepter. Queen Leora. Anyway, so I thought it was very, very sweet because it just shows me how he's trying to, you know, encourage me in the way I'm going. And so thank you very much, dear husband. And this is going to be right here in case I need to say something queenly. Anyway, so before I'm going to start talking about the tribal stone, I just want to real quick say something that has been on my mind now for the last days, because there has been a huge jump in subscribers and a huge jump of followers on my social media, and it's just like I don't even know, like right now what's happening in my life. I have no idea. I really truly sit on the sidelines and look how everything is like running, and I don't know. Anyway, so what I want to do is, as the queen of this channel, I feel like the responsibility that I have for the citizens of my kingdom. And maybe if you're new to this channel, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but maybe you have to watch the previous videos in order to understand. I really take this seriously here, and so many of you are writing to me for advice and for recommendations and with questions and so many things. So I really truly feel like I have a responsibility here, and this is not just for fun. Okay, so I'm really taking this seriously, and I really do feel that this is my place, that this is where I can give something back and help other people and create this healthy flow. And I really do enjoy it, but it is a lot of responsibility. And And I'm just human. And basically, I'm just there with you trying to figure out my life. So that's basically the situation I'm in. So as a solution for that, which will help me to carry that weight, and I think that is a very healthy thing to do for me. And no, not everybody has to understand that, but just let me do it, okay? So what I want to do is that I actually really truly want to give this channel to God. Don't worry, it's not going to be that I'm going to be preaching or something like this. It's not going to be like God TV or something. No, but I know that everything that is happening right now, all the blessings that are coming into my life are a gift from God. And I just truly want to give this back to Him, into His hands, that everything, I just want this channel to be blessed, and that everything that is happening here is under God's control, in His blessing. And I really wanted to do that while I'm not wearing makeup, while I'm basically just pure the way God created me, the way God saw me when He created me, and without any masks and shields and anything, just me sitting here, little Leora, and saying, okay, God, thank you for all your gifts and blessings. Maybe all of us, all the ones that are still going to join us, and all the ones that are already here, maybe all be blessed in all of this. And maybe never forget that nothing really is ours. It's all blessings from above, and that only good may come from this. Good. Now I feel better. Okay. So today we are talking about Carbuncle stone. I'm just going to read something just for information's sake to you about that stone. Okay, Carbuncle is considered to be an ancient name for any gemstone of red color. I didn't know that. So that was, I thought it was actually the name of one particular gemstone. One may not come across that name in the modern gem world, but it is present in older literature where it is frequently used. This name is believed to have originated from the time gemstones were named based on their color. So, it was said that any gemstone with a red color like a garnet, ruby, or a red sapphire can be referred to by this name. According to an ancient belief, carbuncle stones gave out natural light without reflection. Moreover, they were ranked on the 5th place in value after diamonds, emeralds, opals, and pearls. Okay, I thought that was just an interesting piece of information before we start. And the stone carbuncle was affiliated to the tribe of Levi, and it is the birthstone for the month of May. Just saying. Okay, so what we're going to do today is I really, really want to introduce a palette that I got that is this one. ACE Beauty or ACE Beauté. I really don't know how they want to be called. The Quintessential Palette, and it looks like that. Just take this off. So, because as we just heard, a carbuncle can be any shade of red, I just want to really create with this palette a red smoky eye. And just using that palette, I'm going to try. So there is no true red, it's just shades of red and brown, and of course that blue. I've not used it. I have no idea what the quality will be like. The shades look really, really nice. There are 16 shades. 9 of them are shimmers and 7 of them are mattes. So that's what we're going to do. And we have also the whole foundation routine and everything to do. A lot of ground to cover. So let's just go right into it. So I did wash my face, I did put toner on my face, I did put moisturizer on my face. Now I'm going to just real quick use my sunscreen. I'm right now using SkinGuard 50 SPF from Careline. There we go. And that's what I'm going to quickly do. Now I'm going to put on the Milucca Go For Primer. I've mentioned this one before. I'm still testing this. And anyway, I'm always trying to use up products that I have. Unless they're really, really terrible, then of course I don't. But this one has been working really, really well for me. So I'm going to apply that all over my face. For doing my eyebrows, I will use the eyebrow pencil in the shade 001 from Pupa, and afterwards the Milucca for the brow eyebrow mascara. As an eyeshadow base, I want to use the color correcting liquid concealer from Essence. By the way, you will find all the things that I'm using, all the names and brands in the description box. Is this camera straight? I sort of feel like I'm falling out of the picture. I don't know, maybe. Okay, so we're ready to go in with the first eyeshadow, and I want to start with this one here. That's the shade Patchouli, and I'm just going to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I've been asked to mention the brushes. I hope I don't forget that. Okay, so this is the K21 Deluxe Crease from Beauty Care, and I'm just going to pick up this, the Patchouli, and put that down right up here. Okay, so next thing I want to do is, and that is a bit scary maybe, I actually want to use tape and tape down here and here in order to have a smoky eye, but because of that taping you will still have like a cat wing eye that is like really, really, really pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape myself up. Okay, so you don't need a lot, maybe something like this. And then what you do is you place it on your skin, you take it off, you put it on again, you take it off, and then you put it down on your skin, because if you just take it from the roll and put it right down, it will actually rip your skin off if you want to take it off again. So don't do that. So you want to put that right under your lash line, and then basically like a continuation of your lower lash line towards your eyebrows. Something like that. So the benefit of that is you can work as messy as you want, because we have no foundation and nothing on, so that's going to be an easy cleanup. And here you can blend and blend and blend, and once you take that off, you'll still have that very nice eye lifting effect. So it's truly creepy, but it's a nice little trick that can actually go a long way. Anyway, we are going in with a transition shade, and I think I want to use this one right here, the shade Clove, and put that right into the crease and a little bit above, blending it out into the patchouli. Now I'm going to use the S232 Small Chisel Fluff. It's my favorite because just for the name, it's like a very, very small brush. And I'm going into the shade Mandarin, this one. And I want to place that in the inner corners of my eye. Just right there, not drawing it out too much. So far, the shades are really performing well. There are a bit, there is a bit of kickback when you go in, but it's not very, it's not significant, it's not very bad, I think. And also the opacity, the pigmentation is actually very good, what I can tell so far. Now I'm going to start darkening up the look with this shade right here. It's 1 second. This shade right here, it's the shade Berry. So we basically went from this to this, and then afterwards we'll go into Rosewood and do the smoky end. So let's start with the berry and put it right at the center. And when you're putting on those eyeshadows, try to just dab it on first of all in order to get the pigmentation. And then later when blending, you can like rub a little bit over it, but for getting pigmentation, dabbing the color, the shades on is much better. As I said, I'm going to now go into the shade Rosewood and put that right here in the outer corners. What you should know is when you do a smoky eye, you can use shimmery shades in the inner corners, but for that smoky end, you need a matte. So it is really, that's the whole essence of smoky, right? So there is no glittery smoky end, but backing it up, that matte color with glitters in the inner corner is going to be really pretty, believe me. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use the S217 Deluxe Round Crease. Looks like that. It's a little bit smaller than the first one that I used to apply patchouli. That's the shade up here. And don't stress out about the names. It's just really doesn't matter. Use whatever you feel like and you're comfortable with. So going in with Rosewood. And first of all, again, I'm going to dab it on until I get the pigmentation that I want. Try to stay as much on the lid as you can, because we want the shade right here, and then only draw it out a little bit while blending, but the emphasis of the shade should stay right here. Now for blending, I want to actually use that same brush. I'm just going to wipe off the excess of the eyeshadow, and I'm going to just start blending it out a little bit. But like I said, be careful not to draw it out too much. A little bit in the crease. And wow, they really blend nicely. Who would have thought? Now to give this look an extra little bit of edge, I want to go, you know, with Tangerine and just put that right above, like a tiny little sliver, like a hint of it. And in order to do that, I actually need a big brush, and I'm going to use that very same brush that I used for patchouli, that very fluffy brush. I'm going to pick up a tiny little bit of Tangerine. And what you can do is you can test on the back of your hand how the color payoff will be before you put it in your face, so you don't ruin your look by being surprised by suddenly having a lot of pigmentation that you don't want, because this is just supposed to be a hint of orange to blend out into the patchouli and the clove shade that we put on up here. So I'm just going to slightly move the brush right up here. Okay, so now that I've placed that eyeshadow, I'm going to wipe off the eyeshadow, and then I'm going to place that same brush flat down, not like this, but flat down, and start slowly and gently moving it back and forth in order to blend that eyeshadow. Ah, wow, this is pretty. I think I'm going to just back up that orange sliver a tiny little bit more, so I do exactly the same. Go into that shade, place it up here, wipe off the excess eyeshadow and blend it. Now to give the look just a tiny little bit more depth, I want to, the tiniest corner right here and right here, place this black shade. It's called Neroli, And I'm going to use that tiny brush that I used to apply the eyeshadows here on the lid and just dab it on carefully, okay? Just keep it very, very, very small, and then we blend it out a tiny little bit. I just want it to be a hint. I don't want it to cover up all the red, because after all, today's about a red eye look, but it will create another little bit of dimension, what I really, really need. And then we'll also connect it, of course, to the lower lash line when we get to that stage. Next thing, I'm taking the shade Amber. It's like a shiny golden kind of shade with a very tiny fluffy chisel fluff, whatever it's called. And I want to place that here in the inner corner, like all around the inner corner a little bit. And now I'm going to use a Stardust eyeshadow from Beauty Care. It's the shade 10. It's like not even gold, it's lighter than gold. I want to keep this very, very light, and I'm just going to take a tiny little bit and place it at the highest point of my brow bone. Just there, no more. Okay, I'm backing it up a little bit more, but not in like a larger area, just right here as a highlight. My ladies, I've just realized that probably the last time I did live makeup on camera was a month ago when I did my last tribal stone. I think so. Anyway, I don't know yet how it comes across on camera. I'll only see that once I start editing. But what I'm seeing here in my mirror, this actually looks like lava flowing or something, which is really, really cool, because when I prepared and read up about Carbuncle, I read somewhere that it was supposed to be actually like lava flowing and like burning coal and like all kinds of descriptions for the red and this whole look. So I'm really, really excited about this look. Yay! I can't wait to see how it looks when it's finished. For eyeliner, I'm going to use the Milucca Hold the Line eyeliner. It's a liquid eyeliner that dries down matte. The applicator looks like this. For mascara, I'm using my beloved Essence/Princess, and it is the volume mascara. There are two other kinds, and I think one is fake lashes and one is something else. This is my favorite just because of the applicator that I really, really love. It looks like that. And of course, I have to curl my lashes. Almost forgot. All the excitement. So my loves, time has come to remove the tape, and now you'll see the magic of this. This is just, okay, 1 second. Ah, ta-tam, ta-tam. Okay, let's do the other side. Oh, I love it when it's perfect. It's just very, very nice. Okay, now we're going to do some cleanup with a makeup wipe, but I have to tell you there is basically no fallout. Sorry for making this noise here, but just trying to open my makeup wipes. Here, no fallout. Yay! All right. Turns out I could have done my foundation beforehand, but you never know, so I wouldn't risk it. Anyway, so that's very, very good. So basically what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in with my BB cream The one I'm using right now is from Careline. It's very good. I like it a lot. And just put down a thin layer of BB cream. You don't have to do that. It's just my thing that I think it all stays in place much better during the day when I put BB cream underneath the actual foundation. But like I said, you don't have to do that at all. Just be careful once you apply this now that you do not ruin your makeup, your eyeshadow makeup. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cream color concealer from Pupa, which has, you can see it here, it has like an orange hint of, like, yeah, orange. And that will actually cover up the dark circles much better than a light concealer, believe me. Because if you put a light color on dark circles, it'll show up as gray. I think I've mentioned this before. Did I? Like, it'll show up as gray. But if you first put the orange down, it will actually neutralize that gray, and then afterwards, if you put on your normal concealer, it will actually then come out. It'll appear as a bright color and not something with a gray undertone. So I'm just dapping this on, and then basically I'm just using my fingers to, yeah, dab it in. You can also use a beauty blender or whatever, but the important thing is don't rub it, just dab it on. Next, I'm putting on my foundation. I'm using the Rimmel 25 Hours Full Coverage Foundation, putting it on the back of my hand. And because this shade is a tiny little bit dark for me, it's the shade 203 True Beige, I will back it up with the Essence Camouflage 2-in-1 Makeup and Concealer in the shade 10 Ivory Beige. I'm just going to add it to the Rimmel. It doesn't matter what you use, it's just what I have, so it really doesn't matter. You can always mix foundations in order to get the perfect shade for you. And we're going in. This is the C108 Flat Bronzer and Makeup Brush. Okay, sorry, I almost forgot. Now you see here where I'm going over that orange concealer, I'm just dabbing it on in order to not move that concealer from its place. And in the other places, I just take circular motions to really get into all the corners and in all the pores and whatever. Next, I'm applying my concealer. I'm using the Essence Stay All Day 16 Hours concealer. And just put that down here, just in the inner corner. And here. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender, which I think is a little bit too dry, so I'm going to spray it with some water, fluff it up. Don't use them dry, ever. They'll take all the moisture out of your makeup. And then I'm just going to gently dab it on and blend it out. Voila. Okay, so now to set my face, I'm going to use the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hours Waterproof Buildable Coverage. Oh my goodness, what a long name. It's a powder foundation. Okay, it's basically the foundation that goes with that. Okay, so these names, I don't know. So I'm not going to powder myself down completely. I've mentioned that before. I like my look to be more youthful and glowy a little bit. So I'm basically just setting my T-zone. and the area under my eyes. Just dabbing it on. And that's it. For contouring my face, I'm going to use the Mascara Contour Kit, which looks like that. And I'm going to use this shade here. It's the cooler of the two brown tones, and apply that here. I'm using the Careline number 6 contouring brush. So basically I'm just putting the coloration, the pigmentation down, and I'm going to blend it in a second. Oh, contouring, it's so important, girls. Contouring is a must. Very passionate about contouring. I did not used to be. It's just the last months I've discovered this for myself, and it is a game changer, believe me. Anyway, I'm going to make a tutorial just about contouring. I think it's very important. And I also want to mention my nail polish because I love that color. It is from Jade, and it is the shade 602 Metallic Moment, and it's just, isn't that such a cool color? It's like a very, very dark metallic green. Love it. Good. Okay, next thing, I'm taking the Maxi Angled Kabuki brush from Beauty Care, number 19. It looks like that. I'm taking that lighter brown shade, the warm tone, and dip it in. And then I'm going to just contour the rest of my face. For blush, I don't want to use a very rosy shade today because of my eyes being in all these red shades already. So what I want to do is I want to use this one from Poupin. It looks like that. It's very shimmery. It's not, I guess, everybody's piece of cake, but I do really like it. And I'm going to apply it basically like right here above the contour shade, just a tiny little bit. Like one dip was really enough for both sides. And then I'm blending it out. Don't worry, I have not forgotten to finish the lower lash line, but I just want to finish the rest of the all-around overall work in order to just have it done, okay? So as a highlighter, I want to use this Essence Cubanita Jumbo highlighter, and I've not tried it yet, so let's give it a whirl. This is the 16F Deluxe Face Contour. I'm gonna use that for applying this. Like the little bit of vacation right here. Now we're going to really, really gently finish that eyeshadow look, and I want to use even more colors because I really wanted to use as many colors as possible in order to get an idea what this palette is all about. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. It's called the Bergamot. It's like a dark golden shade. I'm going to take this very small chisel fluff brush. What a name, really. Okay, now be really, really careful when you pick up the pigment. Just, you know, try to get as much loose stuff off the brush so it doesn't fall on your finished foundation. And now I'm just going to apply that right here, the inner third of the eye. I'm going to work my way outwards with the shade Rose. That's this one right here. Then I want to use the shade Cinnamon, and then go back in with the shade Neroli and meet the little bit of black that we applied when we did the upper lid. So I'm going to just take a little bit of Rose, Of course, you don't have to take so many shades. I just want to try out everything. So, so that's why I'm doing this. And of course, it will also create a better transition between the colors if you don't go right away from a lighter color to a very dark color. Next, I'm going to line my lower lash line with my Le Col by Superliner L'Oreal black pencil. And because I do not want to press down here with my fingers because of all the foundation being finished, I'm going to use a dry beauty blender. There's just a little bit of setting powder on it, which doesn't make a difference. And I'm going to use that to pull it down, like hold everything in place. And then I'm going to just line my lower lash line a little bit, not all the way. I'm going in with my little chisel fluff one more time in that cinnamon shade, which was this one. Take a tiny little bit because under that black that I just applied, I just want to draw down that red shade a tiny little bit more and blend it into that black, just for drama's sake. You don't have to do that at all. It just creates like even more smokiness. For the lashes on my lower lash line, I will use the Volume Million Lashes Access Mascara from L'Oreal. And to finish up the look, I'm going to use this lipstick from Essence. It is the Sheer and Shine Prismaglow lipstick number 18. And we're all done. So what's my opinion of this palette? We actually managed to use 11 out of the 16 shades. So I think that's pretty good for a first impression. I do love the color story very, very much. I do like that the shimmer shades apply shimmery and not too shimmery. They're sort of like a satin finish. It's not like a glittery kind of thing. So that is really nice. There was no fallout whatsoever, but I have to say I also work very carefully. If you're a little bit more inexperienced, then you might have some fallout, or you can also use maybe setting spray on your brush or whatever, or just work carefully. Anyway, so I had absolutely no problems. I had also no problems building up the pigmentation, and I really liked it, and I think we created a very, very nice look in the Carbuncle style, and I think we have accomplished our mission. So before you go and leave this happy place, I just want to thank you for joining me here for my tribal season. Maybe I should dance a little bit like tribal dances. So before you go, I want to thank you for joining me for my Tribal Stone series. And next time I'll see you here on Monday for my next tutorial, wrapping tutorial, or get ready with me. And Lior's latest looks, of course. And because my subscriber count has grown so much, I'm pretty sure that by next Thursday, we'll have crossed the 200 subscribers. So if I see by Tuesday night that we will actually, that we are very, very close, I will film my weight loss story for next Thursday. So stay tuned. That might actually take 2 videos or something. We have to see how it goes. For now, it's going to be 1, and then we'll see. But we're so very close, so it could really happen next week already that I'm going to film my weight loss story. That I'm going to film my weight loss story. So a lot of people have been asking me about it and are very, very eager to see it or to hear me talk about it. And of course, I'm going to show you pictures from back then that make me Grinch, but I'm going to share that with you, and I hope it will be for the benefit of someone out there. Anyway, so that was fun. We have not done makeup on camera in such a long time, and I actually noticed that I missed that a lot. So I really, really enjoyed that. If you are not subscribed yet, you might want to consider to subscribe to our happy zone here. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you give me a like and leave your comments if you want. If you have any questions, please, please feel free to be in touch with me. If I don't answer right away, if there are any questions, don't worry about it. I will see it and then I'll answer. It's just really, really crazy what's going on social media right now with like my life is spinning like roller coaster, I promise you. Yeah, so which is a good thing. It's good. It's just that sometimes I don't get around to doing stuff that I really want to do right away, but I promise you, I will always, always give it my best. Whatever that is in that moment, I'll give it my best. So I hope to see you here on Monday, same place, and you'll join me here for my wrapping tutorial. I think I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do then, and it is a look that has been requested by one of my faithful ladies, and I hope you'll enjoy that as well. So we'll meet here, and up until then, love you, hugs and kisses.